We are introduced to a futuristic world where a mysterious catastrophe called the Inversia has dramatically altered the landscape and given special abilities known as Genistella to some individuals. Our protagonist, Ayato Amagiri, transfers to Seidoukan Academy, a school for Genistella users. Ayato is going to the academy when he sees a handkerchief falling from a building. He grabs it, and due to his phenomenal skills, he jumps up on the tree and climbs to the open window from where the handkerchief fell. He sees a girl. Here in Genistella, young men and women vie for supremacy in the battle entertainment called Festas. Rika, the academy city on the water commonly known as Asterisk. Ayato Amagiri is embarrassed because he arrived at the wrong time. Meanwhile, the girl dresses up and asks him about the handkerchief. He gives her the handkerchief she dropped down the window. She thanks him and tells him that the handkerchief is very precious to her. Suddenly, she becomes a stege witch and tries to attack Ayato. With a powerful attack, she blew up the building. She is furious because Ayato invades the girl's dormitory and spies on her. Ayato explains that it is his first day at the academy, and he had no idea that it is the girl's dormitory. She asks him to introduce himself while she introduces her as Julis-Alexia von Riessfeld, ranked 5th strongest at the Seidoukan Academy. She challenges Ayato for a duel, and if he wins, he can stay at the academy. Ayato accepts the challenge, and Julis tells him the rules. This duel serves as an introduction to the school's Festas tournaments, where Genistella students compete in battles for prestige and power. The duel begins. Julis is confident about her victory, but she underestimates Ayato. Ayato's incredible skills are showcased when he effortlessly counters Julis's attacks, earning his respect. He saves Julis when one of the fire spears is about to hit her. Suddenly, the President Student Council of Seidoukan Academy, Claudia Enfield, arrives and tells Julis that the paperwork of Amagiri is still remaining, so he is not officially the student of Seidoukan Academy yet. Claudia takes him to her office where she welcomes her to Asterisk and introduces him to 6 schools of Genistella. She includes that they battle once a year for supremacy, which is called Festas. She tells that in past years, the school performance in Festas is not quite dismal, so she wants Ayato to triumph in the Festas, and the academy will grant him his heart's desire until it can be realized in this world. Ayato Amagiri doesn't show any interest in the offer. Thus, Claudia asks him why he picked this school then. Ayato reveals his goal of finding his sister, Haruka, who has disappeared while investigating a powerful weapon known as the Serpents that can threaten the balance of power in this world. Claudia shows him the incomplete data of a female student who attended the school 5 years ago for 6 months. Ayato recognizes her. She is Haruka. Claudia includes that Haruka never participated in the Festas. She says that Haruka was quite dubious. She also showed him the Ogre Lux of Seidoukan of Seidoukan Academy. Ogre Lux is the extremely powerful weapon with a core of Manadite. She tells Ayato that Haruka may no longer be in the academy. He says that he is not only here for his sister, but also he wants to find the true purpose of his life. Claudia asks him which weapon he wants to choose. He asks if he can choose Seidoukan. She agrees, but it will take time to get the weapon, so she temporarily gives him a sword. Ayato asks her about the paperwork she mentioned before. She tells Ayato that she lied in front of Julis to save him. Amagiri leaves for the classroom, where a teacher introduces him to the rest of the students. Teacher asks Ayato to sit beside Julis, but she disagrees. However, Amagiri sits beside her despite what she says. Here Ayato makes a new friend in his class, Ishiru Yabuki. After the class, Ayato and Ishiru are walking through the corridor, while Ishiru tells Ayato that Julis is the crown princess of Julis-Alexia and she is one of the Strigas of Genistella. Ayato is confused as to why a princess should have to fight. Ishiru further includes that Julis defeats everyone who challenged her for a duel and is ranked 5 soon. Ayato thanks Ishiru for the sword he gave him during the duel with Julis. Ishiru is surprised to know that Ayato knows that he passed him the sword. Suddenly they hear someone shouting at Julis. They hid behind a bush and saw that a tall guy, Lester McPhill, is scolding Julis for challenging a newcomer for a duel. He was ranked 9 in the strongest, while Julis already defeated him 3 times. Ishiru tells Ayato about the ranking system of Asterisk schools. Suddenly Lester challenges Julis for a duel. Julis declines and about to leave when Lester grabs her hand and her handkerchief falls off the ground. Julis gets offended and tells him that she is here to seek to win the Festa and not for fun. Ayato crashes in between the duel of Julis and Lester, while Ishiru tries to record. One of the guy with Lester asks him to leave. He warns Julis and leaves. Julis tells Ayato that she is here for the Phoenix Festa tournament to secure financial support for her impoverished homeland, Julis-Alexia. Ishiru and Ayato ask her about her partner. She replies that she wants a tough partner with great combat skills. Ishiru leaves because he gets an urgent call. Ayato asks her how he can go to the boys' dorm. She laughs and tells him that he wants to study campus maps. He asks her for the tour of the academy someday. She agrees to give Ayato the tour of the academy and city. Next morning, Ayato reaches the classroom and greets Julis, while Julis greets him back, and everyone gets shocked. Suddenly he encounters Sayasasamiya, It seems like they both knew each other long ago. She tells Ayato the reason for being at the school is her dad. Julis is jealous of Suzumiya for being friendly with Ayato. Julis tells Ayato that she is ready for the tour she promised, but Suzumiya asks Ayato for a tour because Julis is so rude. While Suzumiya and Julis were arguing, Claudia showed up and wanted to take Ayato for the tour of campus. She hands over Ayato the documents required for signing for the trial of Ogre Lux. She leaves after delivering the documents. Ayato asks both of them to take him for the tour. During the tour, Ayato leaves to get some drinks while Suzumiya tells Julis that Ayato is far more powerful than she thinks. Julis gets offended, and when they are about to challenge, someone interrupts them by shooting arrows. Julis attacks the mysterious guy. Another guy appears and dodges her attack. While Suzumiya is able to knock off one of them, Ayato is shocked when he comes back and sees the damage. He tells Claudia about the attack. Meanwhile, Claudia introduces him to Lester. Now Ayato went to the test to check his compatibility with Cervaresta. Lester McPhill tries to own Cervaresta, but the weapon rejects him. Now Cervaresta points itself towards Ayato. As Ayato steps into the ring, Cervaresta starts attacking him, but he manages to control it and get his weapon. Ayato and Julis go for a city tour. The two of them spend the rest of the holiday together, enjoying each other's company, and their journey begins at the bustling shopping district of Asterisk. While they're having lunch, Ayato tells her about the attacks and restricts her to go outside alone. They rush into a brawl, which was pre-planned to catch Julis. They are attacked by a group of Gastri. They dodge the attack and asked one of them about the main person. The Gastri are led by a powerful Gastri named Gazelle. After the fight, Ayato comes to Julis to see her. She asked him to take off the clothes to stitch. Julis tells her about her childhood friends. She tells him the story of one of her orphanage friends who saves her once, and she is at Seidoukan to raise funds to support the orphanage. She reveals that the handkerchief is also a gift from that friend. That's why it is so special. Next day, Julis leaves class immediately, and Claudia comes to meet Ayato. Ayato tells Claudia about Julis, who left after class. It comes to know that Julis went after the gazelle, the one who attacked her. Ayato becomes sad after knowing that Julis left without letting him know. Claudia reveals that Julis wants to protect Ayato as Ayato's mother. Ayato goes after her with his lux, and he now knows his true purpose to protect Julis. Julis confronts a mysterious guy in an abandoned parking area. It turns out that he's the person who is behind the attacks on Julis. He asked her to drop from Phoenix Festa. She challenges him for a duel. Meanwhile, Lester McPhill arrives. He now knows that the mysterious guy is responsible for taking down the page 1 ranked persons from the Phoenix Festa. Lester challenges him, and when he attacks him with his axe, a hooded guy holds the attack and more of them appear. It comes to know that they are the puppets of him. Lester attacks them with full potential and is able to hold them back, while more and more of the puppets keep arriving. One of the spears cuts the leg of Julis. And puppets capture her instantly. When they're about to kill Julis, Ayato arrives and saves her in a glance. He rescues her and takes her to the upper floor. The puppets arrive again and he picks up Julis and suddenly cuts all of the puppets in half. Silas arrived with the more powerful, merciless army. As the battle rages on, Ayato's true strength is showcased. He unveils the full power of the Cervaresta, and it becomes clear why he's considered one of the top contenders in the Phoenix Festa. His determination to protect Julis and uncover the truth fuels his strength. With the help of Julis, they fly off the building and the two manage to emerge victorious. However, their victory comes at a cost. Ayato's powers are pushed to their limits, and he collapses from exhaustion. This moment highlights the toll that using their supernatural abilities can have on the students. Ayato wakes up and sees Julis in front of him. Ayato is unable to get up. Julis tells him that Claudia is on her way. Meanwhile, we get a glimpse into the mysterious past of Ayato's sister, Haruka. It's revealed that she was the previous wielder of the Cervaresta, the powerful weapon that Ayato now possesses. This revelation raises questions about the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and the true nature of the Phoenix Festa. Claudia, the student council president, continues to investigate the conspiracy behind the Phoenix Festa. She's determined to uncover the truth and put an end to the corruption that plagues the tournament. Claudia attends a regular meeting with the student council presidents of the other 5 academies in Asterisk. The meeting was held to discuss various issues related to the Star Festival tournament, as well as other matters of common interest. She then gave a brief overview of the Star Festival tournament, highlighting the key events and changes that had been made for the upcoming year. The presidents agreed to hold student council elections at the same time at all of the high schools in the district. This will make it easier for students to run for office and will also help to create a more unified student council. Ayato encounters Kiran, a shy girl who was with her uncle. Suddenly he remembers about Julis. Ayato and Julis facing off to practice for the Star Festival tournament. Ayato is confident that he can win, but he is quickly surprised by Julis' speed. She moves so fast that he can barely see her. Ayato tries to counter her attacks, but she is too fast. He eventually uses his full power, but Julis still manages to block his attacks. Ayato is starting to lose hope. Just when it seems like Julis is about to win, Ayato finally manages to land a hit on her and she falls to the ground. Ayato has won the match. He is happy that he was able to defeat Julis, but he is also disappointed that he couldn't defeat her at full strength. He realizes that he still has a lot to learn. After the match, they both sat together and talked for a while about the famous contestants of the Star Festival. She tells him to practice more as there's only a month left for Phoenix Festa. Claudia comes with two girls. One is Camilla Pareto of Seidoukan Academy, while the other is Ernesta Cooney. Claudia tells that Seidoukan Academy is embarking on a joint venture with Seidoukan Academy to develop a new type of lux. Camilla tells all of them about the medio arts. When Sasamaya showed her the weapon her father made, Camilla humiliates Sasamiya's father by saying that the gun he made has faults. It's come to know that Camilla and Ernesta are here to investigate the lux of Ayato. Ayato sees Kirin's uncle Cairo abusing her. Koichiro challenges Ayato to a duel, saying that he will stop abusing Kirin if Ayato can defeat her. Ayato holds back in the duel, knowing that Kirin is much weaker than him. Kirin eventually wins the duel, but Ayato is able to protect her from Koichiro. After the duel, Ayato finds out from Julis that Kirin is the top fighter in Seidoukan Academy, despite her age. He also learns that Koichiro is an ambitious man who is plotting to use Kirin to become a board member of the executive committee. Sei is upset with Ayato for losing to Kirin in their duel, but Ayato assures her that he will win the next match. Claudia visits Kirin and asks her about her relationship with Ayato. Kirin tells Claudia that she is grateful for Ayato's help, but she doesn't want to get involved with him romantically. Claudia is surprised to hear this. Ayato and Kirin investigate Kirin's uncle Koichiro. They discover that he is involved in some shady business dealings, and they also learn that he is planning to use Kirin to become a board member of the executive committee. Ayato and Kirin are determined to stop Koichiro from using Kirin, but they know that it will be a difficult task. Kirin asks Ayato to train her. Julie's jealous of Kirin to be friends with Ayato. Ayato and Kirin are jogging. Suddenly they attack by a group of weird creatures. Ayato and Kirin are able to defeat the attackers, but they are then ambushed by Koichiro himself. Koichiro uses his lux to trap Ayato and Kirin in a deep hole. Ayato and Kirin fell into the hole. As they fell into the hole into water, they confront a dragon. Dragon attacks them and Ayato tried to hold it back, but his power is not enough. Anyhow, they manage to escape it. Ayato and Kirin dry themselves after defeating the monsters from the sewer. Kirin is still shaken from the experience, but Ayato tries to comfort her. He tells her that she was brave and that she did the right thing. Ayato and Kirin facing off in the arena. Kirin is determined to win, and she is using her full power. Ayato is also determined to win, and he is using his speed and agility to his advantage. Ayato eventually begins to gain the upper hand. He is able to read Kirin's movements and predict her attacks. He is also able to use his speed and agility to his advantage. Kirin is able to land several blows on Ayato, but he is able to withstand them. He is also able to use his own strength and skills to counter Kirin's attacks. As the duel progresses, Ayato's confidence grows. He is able to use his full power without holding back. Finally, Ayato is able to land a decisive blow, defeating Kirin. Kirin is disappointed, but she is also impressed by Ayato's strength. She tells him that he is truly a worthy opponent. The duel is over and Ayato is the winner. He is named the new top student at Seidoukan Academy. Sasamia and Julis congratulate Ayato for such a mesmerizing performance. Kuenji approaches Kirin and tells her that he is disappointed in her. He believes that she should have been able to defeat the monsters without Ayato's help. Kirin tries to explain that she was just trying to protect him, but Kuenji doesn't listen. He tells her that she is weak and that she needs to get stronger. Ayato steps in and tells Kuenji that he needs to stop talking to Kirin like that. Kuenji is furious and challenges Ayato to a duel. Ayato accepts the challenge, but he knows that he is at a disadvantage. Kuenji is much more powerful than him. Sasamia and Kirin are training for the Phoenix Festa U. Meanwhile, Sasamia gets injured. Because she has not improved much, Ayato, Isuru, Julis, Sasamia, and Kirin are having a piece of conversation. Ishiro tells Ayato that he is now page 1 ranked and famous as he defeated Kirin. Sasamia asks Kirin to go shopping as they have a day off from the academy. Sama Sasamia and Kirin Tudu walking through the streets of a small town. They are on a vacation day, and they are enjoying each other's company. Kirin is trying to buy something for Sasamiya's father. Sasamaya shows Kirin a place on the map and asks to go there. They both went there. These are old, creepy, abandoned buildings. They go to a gun and luck shop. Sasamiya buys a gun while seller tells that the gun is just a piece of garbage. Sasamiya bought it for her father. Kirin asks Sasamiya to help her in swimming. Sasamiya helps her train to swim in the pool. While Sasamiya was out to get drinks, Sasamiya burst into a Lady Violet Weinberg while practicing. The lady gets offended and asks Kirin to fight. Then she remembers that Kirin is a page 1 ranked no. Thus she dropped her idea and accepted the apology. She tells the lady that she can't swim, so the lady insults her. Suddenly, Sasamiya arrives and attacks the lady. Violet challenged Sasamiya for a duel. Sasamiya accepts the duel. Duel begins with Sasamiya immediately attacking Violet. She is using her Genistella powers to enhance her speed and strength. Violet is able to defend herself, but she is struggling to keep up with Sasamiya's attacks. As the duel progresses, Sasamiya begins to gain the upper hand. She is able to land several powerful blows on Violet. Violet is injured, but she refuses to give up. Just when it seems like Violet is about to win, Seiya uses her Genistella powers to unleash a powerful attack. The attack catches Violet off guard, and she is defeated. The duel is a victory for Sasamiya. Violet is badly injured, and she is unable to continue in the Festa. After the duels, Sasamiya and Kirin sit beside the pool and talk about Kirin. She appreciates Kirin for being so talented, but she needs to improve her confidence. Now Kirin and Seiya train again. But this time, they improve so much that even Ayato and Julis are also impressed. The day of Phoenix Festa arrives. The ceremony is introduced by the chairman of the Fiesta Steering Committee, Madiath Mesa. Madiath begins his presentation by talking about the history of the Phoenix Festa. He tells the audience that the tournament is a competition that determines the top student at Seidoukan Academy, and that it attracts the best and brightest Genistellas from all over the world. Ayato and Julis are preparing for their first round match in the Phoenix Festa. They are confident that they will win, but they are also aware that their opponents will be tough. Kirin and Sasamiya bring lunch for Ayato. Julis gets jealous and asks Seiya to have some cooking classes. When the host introduces Julis, the crowd went wild. Ayato and Julis' first round opponents are a girl and her partner. Julis leaves the arena, leaving all on Ayato. Ayato gathers his strength suddenly and split their badges in a glace. Breaking badges means the end of the fight. Julis and Ayato are running late for the arena when suddenly they saw Irene Urzaz. Irene is a powerful Genistella who is known for her ruthlessness. She's a page 1 ranked from Wolf Academy. Now Seiya and Kirin have their first duel. The duel begins with Seiya and Kirin immediately attacking the opponents. Aya is using her Genistella powers to enhance her swordsmanship. Kirin is using her Genistella powers to enhance her speed and agility. Opponents are able to defend themselves, but they are struggling to keep up with Seiya and Kirin's attacks. As the duel progresses, Seiya and Kirin begin to gain the upper hand. They are able to land several powerful blows. Opponents are injured, but they refuse to give up. Kirin and Seiya have won their second round match. They are excited to continue in the Festa, but they know that the challenges ahead will be even greater. After the match, Seiya and Kirin are approached by Ayato and Julis. They congratulate Seiya and Kirin on their victory, and they wish them luck in the next round. They are determined to win the Phoenix Festa. They know that it will not be easy, but they are confident that they can do it. The duel between Lester and Irene is a pivotal moment in the Asterisk War series. It is a battle between two of the strongest Genistellas in the world, and it has a major impact on the story. The duel begins with Lester immediately attacking Irene. He is using his superior speed and agility to his advantage. Irene is able to defend herself, but she is struggling to keep up with Lester's attacks. As the duel progresses, Lester begins to gain the upper hand. He's able to land several powerful blows on Irene. Irene is injured, but she refuses to give up. Just when it seems like Lester is about to win, Irene uses her Genistella powers to unleash a powerful attack. The attack catches Lester off guard, and he is defeated. The duel is a victory for Irene, but it is also a costly one. She is badly injured. Ayato saves a girl from bullies and took her to the roof of a building. It appears that she is the sister of Irene. It's revealed that she was attacked by the boss of Irene. Dirk is the student council president of Wolf Academy, and he is a skilled tactician. Irene invited Ayato for dinner at her place as a thanks of saving her sister. Irene tells them that she works at the casino from money. Julis asks her that she can earn money from Phoenix Festa. Irene tells her that she is enslaved by Dirk Eberween. She borrowed money from Dirk, and in return she have to pay him by serving him and obeying orders. Ayato goes to see Claudia. She is sitting like she's ill. Suddenly her eye starts glowing, and she attacks Ayato. Ayato makes her conscious again and tells her that he is not enemy. It seems like she is being controlled. Claudia asks him to enter the next year's Gripa Fiesta as her team member. Claudia reveals Ayato that she died for about 1,500 times. It turns out that her luck shows her death every single night, and never the death the same to other. She tells that no one can bear this lux for 3 days. Ayato appreciate her. Ayato and Julis' first round opponents are Irene Urzaz and her partner. Irene is a powerful Genistella who is known for her ruthlessness. The duel begins with Irene immediately attacking Ayato and Julis. She's using her Genistella powers to enhance her speed and strength. Ayato and Julis are able to defend themselves, but they are struggling to keep up with Irene's attacks. As the duel progresses, Irene begins to gain the upper hand. She is able to land several powerful blows on Ayato and Julis. Ayato and Julis are injured, but they refuse to give up. Ayato and Julis realize that they need to work together. If they want to defeat Irene and her sister, they combine their powers and unleash a powerful attack. The attack catches Irene and Dirk off guard, and they are defeated. Ayato and Julis have won their first round match. They are excited to continue in the Festa, but they know that the challenges ahead will be even. After the match. Ayato and Julis are approached by Irene. She congratulates them on their victory, but she also warns them that the Festa is not over yet. She tells them that she will be back, and that she will not stop until she has defeated them.